right, God bless the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway, and God bless the US of A. We want to thank Mark Davis for carrying our colors for us tonight. It's a little bit early, but we appreciate Mark for coming out. But race fans, I've got a question for you. It is round number 14 for the chase for the championship. Are you guys ready for some great racing action? Here we go. I want to welcome everybody on ShowMeDirt.tv for the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway Friday night round number 14. Also want to welcome everybody watching on our Facebook Live look-in. Here we go. It is time for the Ozark Sporting Goods Power Eye Super Stocks Heat Race number 1. On the pole for this one, out of Niagara, Missouri, will be the 53 of Danny O'Neill. On his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 32X of Brad Phillips. Row number 2 on the inside from West Plains, Missouri, that's going to be the 26 of Donnie Miller. And on his outside from Balfour, Missouri, that's going to be the 1D of Daniel Deason. Row number 3 on the inside from Conway, Missouri, that's going to be the 4X of Krieger Harrison. On his outside right now, runner-up in the national point standings out of Stillwell, Oklahoma, it's going to be the 164 of Michael Muskrat. Michael Muskrat, the 164, got a feature win back in week number 3, but hasn't been in the Remax Next Generation victory lane for the longest time. Once again, want to welcome everybody watching on our Facebook Live look-in on ShowMeDirt.tv, and welcome everybody on ShowMeDirt.tv. Here we go, round number 14 at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway. Going to kick it off, and green flag is sitting in the air. No start. So too much activity at the beginning, so we're going to bring out the caution. The Joker Welding caution flag already out tonight. Joker Welding, one of the best welding businesses in the area. A nice looking view of the parking lot here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway come September 9th and 10th. That parking lot is going to be packed for the 2nd annual Fall Brawl. Lebanon, Missouri, and there's our pit area there, as over almost 60 cars have checked in for tonight's race in action. Beautiful view here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway. It's going to wave off the start. So we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We got a piece of debris off of car number 3 and 4. Somebody lost their hanky, but down there in the bottom of your screen, that is the bird's eye view of the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway right here in the middle of Clay County. Farm country right here on. Here we go, Friday night, so Clay County atmosphere is filled with some horsepower as the Ozark Sporting Goods Power Eye Super Stock Heat Race number 1 is underway. Green flag is in the air. We're staying green. Out front is that 53 of Danny O'Neill. Out front, your leader, the 32X of Brad Phillips right there in second. Try to hold off the 1D of Daniel Deason. Deason on the inside of Phillips. They're side by side as Phillips now looks on the outside of Danny O'Neill. Nothing there for him, though. As lap number 1 will go to 53 of Danny O'Neill. Daniel Deason right there on the back bumper of O'Neill, but here comes the 26 of Donnie Miller. That green and white super stock as he makes his way up to that 3rd spot, but Daniel Deason is right there in that 2nd spot behind your leader, the 53 of Danny O'Neill. Here they go now, side by side for the lead. Down the backstretch they go. As Daniel Deason takes the lead going into turns 3 and 4. Out of 4, will we have a new race leader? We do. Daniel Deason takes over the lead from the 53 of Danny O'Neill. 26 of Donnie Miller in that 3rd spot. Great tight racing there in the back of the pack there between the 164 of Michael Muskrat and the 4X there of Krieger Harris. We've got wheel cover off in turn number 2, but we're going to stay green as the 1D of Daniel Deason's out front, your leader. 53 of Daniel Neal in second, 26 of Donnie Miller in third. Great side-by-side racing back there for that top 5 spot there between Gregor Harris and the 164 Michael Muskrat. Almost 3 wide on the front stretch there for that 4th spot now. Muskrat, Phillips, and Harris all racing there. Great race in the back of the pack as Daniel Deason has a big lead out front. Daniel Deason in the 1D out front. Has not got a win this season here at the Lebanon Midway Speedway. As 53 of Daniel Neal in second. White flag is in the air for that 1D of Daniel Deason. One D of Daniel Deason. Got a heat race win on week number 7. 7 weeks later, he gets one here tonight. As he will take heat race number 1. 53 of Danny O'Neill in second. And the 26 of Donnie Miller coming on third. Great finish there in the back of the pack there. As that will wrap it up for heat race number 1 for the Ozark Sporting Goods POWRi Super Stocks. Good field of super stocks with us tonight. 12 pure super stocks have checked in. And here we go for heat race number 2 on the pole out of Hollister, Missouri. Will be the 41 of Mike Planty. On his outside out of Stoutland, Missouri, that's going to be the 11 of Derek Brown. Row number 2 on the inside from Phillipsburg, Missouri. That's going to be the 11 of the 32, of Jim Button. On his outside, currently your track point leader, the 56, Mark Davis out of Grove Springs, Missouri. At row number 3 on the inside, currently second in the track point standings out of Stoutland, Missouri. That's going to be the 7 of Joshua Lewis. And on his outside, that's going to be the 820 of Fairgrove, Missouri of Jimmy Thomas. Looks like Derek Brown choosing to go tailback here as we will bring out the green flag. Is in the air for heat race number 2. Mike Planty in that second spot as our track point leader, the 56 of Mark Davis. Carry the colors for us tonight. He is out front. Great tight racing there in the middle of the pack, though, between Lewis, Thomas, and Button. That's Jim Button there on the inside of 820 of Jimmy Thomas. Here comes Derek Brown, and he wants to come into the picture as your top 2 out front by themselves. Everybody else racing hard in the back of the pack. As it's Davis, Planty, and Lewis, your top 3. Here comes the 820 of Jimmy Thomas gaining ground on the 7 of Joshua Lewis. Mark Davis right now won last week. Has that got his 4th feature win this season. 5 feature wins for the 56 of Mark Davis. The 41, Mike Planty in second, but great tight race in there. 3 wide out of turn number 2 as Derek Brown passes 2 cars to jump up to that 3rd spot as he now pulls in front of the 7 of Joshua Lewis. As now it is Davis, Planty, and Brown, your top 3. Joshua Lewis right there in the 7. Black number 7 with the 820, and Jimmy Thomas pulls off the track here. Great view there from the drone on the 56 of Mark Davis, your leader, coming out of turn number 2. Down the backstretch he goes. As he will go in the turns number 3 and 4, single file all the way around the Lebanon Midway Speedway. 2 more laps to go for the 56 of Mark Davis. It's Mark Davis right now. He has 2 heat race wins in a row. He's looking to make it 3. As he is going to get the white flag one more time around for the 56 of Mark Davis. Mark Davis out of Grove Springs, Missouri, looking to get another heat race win. 3-peat for him as he comes across the line, your heat race winner. 41 of Mike Planty coming home second. The 11 of Derek Brown coming home 3rd. So Mark Davis getting his 8th heat race win this season in round number 14. As that will wrap it up for the Super Stock heat races as we get ready now for the Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stocks. So here we go for heat race number 1 for the Pure Stocks. On the pole for this one out of St. Martin's, Missouri, that's going to be the N42 of Chad Nevens. On his outside from Falcon, Missouri, that's going to be the 14 of Jonathan Finley. Row number 2 on the inside from Conway, Missouri, that's going to be the 40 of Alcoa Harris. On the outside of Tuscumbia, Missouri, that's going to be the 5 of Justin McDowell. Row number 3 on the inside, it'll be the 1K of Brandon Knutson. On his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 17 of Austin Wilson. And then it's going to be the 8K of Tyler Knutson. Right now, currently, your track point leader by 15 points. As Justin McDowell right now second in the point standings. He is on the outside of row number 1. So one car out of place there, the 1K of Brandon Knutson will go back there with his brother in row number 3. So the 17 of Austin Wilson will go on the outside of row number 2. As the lights are going off at the line, 8 laps is your distance. 6 cars, 8 laps for the Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stock heat race number 1. Tyler Knutson right now 3rd in the national point standings as he is coming on strong. And here we go. Nice and easy pace in the turn number 4. Green flag is in the air for heat race number 1 for the Pure Stocks. Chad Nevens right now out front. Here comes the 5 though of Justin McDowell. Justin McDowell right now runner up in the track point standings as he's on the inside of Nevens. Austin Wilson in that 3rd spot, but here comes the point leader at 8K of Tyler Knutson, already making his way up towards the front. Then it goes to Justin McDowell out front, your leader. Here comes the 17 of Wilson. Here comes Knutson. As the racing up front gets tighter, here we go. 4 cars battling there up front as they come out of 4, 3 wide for that 2nd spot. As it's Nevens, Knutson, and Wilson all battling there behind your leader. Here comes Nevens on the outside of McDowell. Here comes Knutson on the inside of McDowell. 3 wide down the back stretch. Now they go into turns number 3 and 4. 2 wide now as it is McDowell and Nevens side by side. McDowell on the inside, Nevens on the outside. And Justin McDowell still out front, your leader. Here comes Nevens having the advantage on that outside crew. McDowell pulls away down the backstretch now. Tyler Knutson moves on the inside of Nevens. Nevens now pushes up the track, trying to find something going on up there on the high side. But here comes Knutson. Knutson now moves up to that 2nd spot. He's now on the outside. Here comes Austin Wilson on the inside. Great tight racing going on here in heat race number 1. The points battle is tight here in the track point standings for the Pure Stocks as your top 2 battling out right here in heat race number 1. Justin McDowell on the inside of the 8K of Tyler Knutson, 15 points. Justin McDowell is behind the 8K of Tyler Knutson. Justin McDowell also in the top 5 in the national point standings as he's sitting in that 5th spot in the standings. As the 8K of Tyler Knutson still out front there, holding off the 5 of Justin McDowell. Here comes Austin Wilson there on the inside of Nevens. They're battling there side by side for that 3rd spot. White flag is in the air one more time around. Here we go. Knutson, can he hold off the 5 of Justin McDowell? Justin McDowell on the inside. They're side by side. It's going to be a drag race down the front stretch at the line. It's going to be the 8K of Tyler Knutson holding off a hard charging 5 of Justin McDowell. As it's Austin Wilson coming home 3rd. So great race in there in heat race number 1, the 8K of Tyler Knutson. as it's been a while since Tyler Knutson has got a heat race win. But round number 14, he gets it done. As we get ready now for heat race number 2. Here we go on the pole for heat race number 2. Be the 42T out of Lebanon, Missouri of Trevor Ellingson on his outside from Long Lane, Missouri. That's going to be the 6 of Corey Henson. Row number 2 on the inside from Tuscumbia, Missouri. That's going to be the 26 of Peyton McDowell on his outside from Conway, Missouri. That's going to be the 42H of Levi Harris. Row number 3 on the inside is going to be Marshville, Missouri, the 12 Greg Dykstra on his outside. The husband of our Lebanon R3 School District Support Staff of the Year, Mike Piercy, out of Lebanon, Missouri. And it's going to be the 21 of Carson Groniger out of Ravenna, Missouri. Green flag is in the air. As the 42T of Trevor Allenson out front, your leader, 26 of Peyton McDowell in second. Great race in the middle of the pack as here comes Mike Piercy on the outside of Henson. 3 wide there for that battle for third as it's Dykstra, Henson, and Piercy all right there. Piercy on the outside. Henson shoots down the track. Dykstra right there as they're racing hard there for that 4th spot. But still the 42T of Trevor Ellingson out front. The 26 of Peyton McDowell in second. Mike Piercy in the 9M, the 3rd spot. Here comes the 42 of Levi Harris, looking to make a run there on the 4th and 5th place spot. Here he comes on the inside of Henson. They didn't make contact. Harris almost goes to the infield. He catches it. We're staying green as it is Trevor Ellingson out front. The 26 of Peyton McDowell in second. The 9 of Mike Piercy still in that 3rd spot. Greg Dykstra in that 12. Gaining on Piercy in that 9. As 42, Trevor Ellingson out front as Peyton McDowell is closing the gap there on your leader. We got 2 races in 2 different places. The battle for the lead and a battle for that 3rd place spot. Mike Piercy trying to hold off the 12 of Greg Dykstra here. Great view there on ShowMeDirt.tv of the battle for the lead. The 42 of Trevor Ellingson trying to hold off that 26 of Peyton McDowell. Trevor Ellingson out of Lebanon, Missouri trying to hold on. Here comes the 26 of Peyton McDowell. Peyton McDowell on the inside looking to make a move. On the inside of Ellingson, down the back stretch, they go. Ellingson holding his ground, holding his spot in the middle of the track. Too much, hold on to it, Trevor. He held on to it. White flag is in the air, he got fishtail. In turn number 4, held on to it. Here comes the 26 of Peyton McDowell. Keep your eye back there on that battle for third between Piercy and Dykstra, but a great battle there, side by side once again like heat race number 1. And they come out of here for heat race number 2 at the line. It'll be the 42 of Trevor Ellingson coming home with the win. Peyton McDowell coming home second, and Mike Piercy coming home in that 3rd spot. Wow, great tight racing there so far for our Pure Stocks and their heat races. As it will be the 42 of Trevor Ellingson getting his 2nd heat race win of the season. He's getting that 42 machine figured out there. We talked to as we get ready now for the Spectrum Design Dirt Late Models. As here we go, for their heat race. 8 laps will be your distance. On the pole, that'll be the 22-1 of Jerry Brown of Springfield, Missouri. On the outside out of Fairgrove, Missouri, that's going to be the 13 of Sean Whitman. Row number 2 on the inside from Polk, Missouri, that's going to be the 14W of Dustin Walker. On his outside, currently your track point leader, that's going to be the 4A of Dustin Atkinson. In row number 3 out of Bolivar, Missouri, that's going to be the 52 of Stephen Price. Lights are off. Green flag is in the air for the Spectrum Design Dirt Late Model Heat Race. Jerry Brown down front in that 221. Here comes the 14 of Dustin Walker. He shoots in front of the 13 of Sean Whitman. Sean Whitman, though, standing right there on the outside. They're side by side for the battle for second as Jerry Brown takes lap number 1. Walker and Whitman battling there side by side in front of your points leader. Here comes the 52 though is Stephen Price. Dustin Atkinson, he shoots in front of the 13 of Whitman. He's sitting now in that third spot. All the 5 late models up front battling tight there as it's still Jerry Brown out front in that 221. Atkinson looking on the outside, trying to make a move on Walker. But Walker closes the door, holds on to that second spot. Jerry Brown trying to hold on to the lead. He has 2 fast late models coming at him. Walker on the inside, Atkinson on the outside. Atkinson shoots on the outside there, carrying that momentum. He has the advantage going to turns 3 and 4. Can he make it 6? Makes up and happen as now Walker was right there behind Brown, and here comes Brown. He shoots up the track. He sees Atkinson going. Who's he going to block? Walker or Atkinson? He has 2 drivers coming on strong there behind him. It's a great race for the lead as they go in the turns number 3 and 4. Walker looking on the inside, Atkinson on the outside, as it's still Jerry Brown out front. Jerry Brown right now in defensive mode as here comes Atkinson. Oh, contact made between Walker and Brown. We're staying green as Atkinson was on the outside lane and he was far away from that contact, and he is out front now with a big lead as now it's the battle for second between Brown and Walker. Here comes Whitman there gaining on the battle for second as Jerry Brown is on the inside and Walker on the outside. White flag is in the air one more time at ground. Dustin Walker saw the 4 of Dustin Atkinson carry that momentum on the high side. He's going to do that as well, but running out of time as the 4A of Dustin Atkinson. This will be his 5th heat race win in a row for him as the 14W of Dustin Walker comes home second. And the 221 of Jerry Brown coming home third. So Dustin Atkinson, your track point leader, coming home with his 7th heat race win this season as we get ready now for the J2 cars, USRA B-Mods. Here we go on the pole for this one. This brand new car, second time out of Lebanon, Missouri. That's going to 16M of Brian Myers. On his outside, good to have this driver back with us out of Lebanon, Missouri. That's going to 51 of Brian Shute. Row number 2 on the inside out of Lynchburg, Missouri. That's going to 15H of Jeremy Hazel. And on his outside, currently your track point leader and currently second in the USRA B-Mod national point standings out of Lebanon, Missouri. That's going to be the 65 of Chris Jackson. 8 laps is your distance. 4 cars for the J2 cars, USRA B-Mod heat race number 1. No starts. Four fast shoes in heat race number 1. Brian Myers just getting his car there done a couple weeks ago from J2 Cars. There's 15H there, Jeremy Hazel on Facebook Live look in. Here we go. Will we get a green flag this time? Green flag is in the air. Chris Jackson wasting no time as he's already shot up towards the front in 1 lap. He will come out of 4. He'll take lap number 1, but the 16M of Brian Myers right there with Chris Jackson. Down the backstretch they go. Brian Myers and the Batman showing the villain that Batman is coming to the rescue as he is right there with our current point leader and runner-up in the national point standing. So it's the superhero versus the villain in heat race number 1. Both out of Lebanon, Missouri. Chris Jackson in a 65 and a 16M of Brian Myers. But here comes Brian Myers on the inside of Jackson. Got a race there for the lead. Here comes the 51 of Brian Shute. Brian Myers in that J2 Cars B-Mod making a run there on the 65 of Chris Jackson, making Jackson work hard for him. But here comes the 51 of Brian Shute. Brian Shute now racing with the 16M of Brian Myers as it's the battle of the Bryans there for that second spot. As Myers and Shute are battling there as Jackson now expanding his lead out front. Chris Jackson Going to turns number 3 and 4. Out of 4, when he crosses the flag stand, it will be 2 more laps to go. So he has 7 heat race wins this season. Looking to make it 8 in round number 14. As Chris Jackson goes into turn number 4 out of 4. White flag is in the air one more time around for Chris Jackson. Brian Myers trying to hold off that 51 to shoot. Shoot looking on the inside of Myers. Side by side out of 2. Myers on the outside, but now he is behind the 51 to shoot. Checker flag is in the air for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Brian Shoot coming home second. Brian Myers coming home third. Great racing there for that second place spot. As your heat race winner will go to the 65 of Chris Jackson, last week's feature winner. So once again, that will make it 8 heat race wins for him this season. Good to see some good cars running there in that second spot as we get ready now for heat race number 2 on the pole for this one. He was on a 3 heat race win streak there for a while, but last week came up short. As the 9 of Sam Petty out of Marshville, Missouri, going to be on the pole on his outside from Jefferson City, Missouri. It's going to be the 71C of Cody Crabtree. Row number 2 on the inside, that's going to be the 18H of Trenton Harrison. And on his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, second of point standings, that's going to be the 6 of Jay Flynn. Here we go. Heat race number 2 for the J2 cars, USRA B-Mod, and we get ready to get fired off here. Green flag is in the air. Nine of Sam Petty out front. Your leader, the 18H of Harrison, trying to hold off that 71C of Campbell, or Crabtree, excuse me, Crabtree, the 71C. And Sam Petty out front with his big lead. Trenton Harrison in the 18 and second. Jay Flynn, runner-up right now in the track point standings in that third place spot. It's all the way around the speedway, single file. Spread out. Right now, heat race number 2 is pretty much the qualifying heat race here as everybody's just hitting their marks, getting seat time here for tonight's feature. And Sam Petty out of Marshville, Missouri, out front. He's been coming on strong late in the season, getting that modified figured out there. He's been having some good runs here at the Lebanon Midway Speedway. The 18 of Trenton Harrison has been joining us here for the 2022 racing season. He's been doing a good job here in that 18 machine. Single file still around the Lebanon Midway Speedway as Sam Petty going to turn number 4 and out of 4. 2 more laps to go for the 9 of Sam Petty. As last week it was Chris Jackson getting the win. 2 weeks ago it was Sam Petty getting the win. Both of these drivers looks like they're going to get heat race wins tonight. White flag is in the air one more time around for the 9 of Sam Petty. As Sam Petty makes his way now into turns number 3, now 4, out of 4. Checker flag is in the air for the 9 of Sam Petty. The 18 of Trenton Harrison coming home second. The 6 of Jay Flynn coming home third. The 71C of Cody Crabtree coming home fourth. All right, here we go. It's now time for the Norris Logging Power I Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. On the pole for this one out of Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 18T of Tony Wright. On his outside, that's going to be the 05 of Cheyenne Bauman. Row number 2 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 32 of Joe Francis. And on his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 4C of Braden Connor. Row number 3 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 5H of Austin Huntley. And on his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 48 of Zach Cheevers. In row number 4, that's going to be the 72B out of Eldon, Missouri of Jimmy Burse. So it looks like no window net on the 72. Jim Burse out of Eldon, Missouri. So we're going to check that out. So we're going to pull the 72 there on the infield. As don't forget, Midwest Modifieds will be running for 1,000 to win on Friday, September 9th and Saturday, September the 10th. So for the second annual Fall Brawl here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway. A great view of the pit side there of our car, a little wild side parking there as the vehicles are parked up against the fence. As we announced for the Fall Brawl, no spectator vehicles will be allowed in the pit area except for the vehicles up against the backstretch fence. Here we go. Coming to the line, lights will be going off. Green flag next time. Great, beautiful skies here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway. Great view of our pit area as the drivers are working on their cars, getting ready for feature racing action. As next weekend, right now, scheduled to have the tuners and stock cars back with us. So here we go. Side by side in turns 3 and 4. No start. The lights are down. We're going to try it again. Let's thank everybody watching on Facebook Live, watching on ShowMeDirt.tv, sponsored by Race to Save, racetosave.com, suicide prevention. Green flag is in the air. Tony right out front, your leader, the 32, Joe Francis in that second spot. Joe Francis right now currently second in the track point standings, as great battle back there for that third spot there. As the 05 of Cheyenne Bauman trying to hold off that 4C of Braden Connor. Braden Connor shoots up the track there in that third spot. Cheyenne Bauman loses 2 spots as it is Wright, Francis, Connor, and whoa, look at that. Simultaneously, the 5H of Austin Huntley and the 4C Braden Connor simultaneously got sideways, both of them. But the 4C of Braden Connor bringing out the caution. The 05 of Cheyenne Bauman stopped to avoid. So we'll give her a spot back there as the Joker Welding caution flag comes out. Joker Welding as the local welding shop here in the area. They do aluminum, steel, stainless steel, cast repairs, custom fabrication decor. Let's bring your ideas to life. As they have TIG, MIG, stick, portable, and a lot of experience. Honest and fair prices. Visit them on Facebook or give them a call at 417-664-0535. As the lights are going off, going to be the green flag next time for the Norris Logging Power Midwest Modifieds heat race number 1. Lights are off. Tony Wright still your leader out front. The 32 of Joe Francis, the 05 of Cheyenne Bauman in row number 2 as green flag is back in the air. Passing on out of turn number 4 down the front stretch in the turns 1 and 2. Tony Wright in the 18 out front. 32 of Joe Francis right now in that second spot. As Joe Francis right there on the back bumper of Tony Wright as they go down the front stretch. The 4C, Braden Connor all by himself again. He better get it going. He gets it going. It looks like we're going to stay green. Tony Wright out front trying to hold off the 32 of Joe Francis, but great racing back there for that third spot between the 5H of Austin Huntley and the 05 of Cheyenne Bauman. Two races in two different places. As here we go. Joe Francis closing in on the 18 of Tony Wright, your leader. Tony Wright shoots up the track, leaves that opening on the inside. Francis sees that opening on the inside of the 18 of Wright. They're side by side, almost in turn number 4 out of 4. As it will be 2 more laps to go. Great racing up front. Great racing all night long in our heat races. As the 18 of Tony Wright trying to hold off. Runner up in the point standings, the 32 of Joe Francis. As Joe Francis has 1 more lap to go to make something happen here. Wright trying to hold off Francis. As Wright right now carrying that momentum down the backstretch in the turns number 3 and 4. Francis running out of time. This is the last opportunity, but nothing's going to be there as the 18 of Tony Wright takes the win. The 32 of Joe Francis comes home second. The 5H of Austin Huntley coming home third. The 05 of Cheyenne Bauman coming home fourth. So it will go to the 18T of Tony Wright. I believe that will be his second heat race win of the season for him. He got one 2 weeks ago. As we get ready now for heat race number 2. On the pole for this one, currently 4th in the national point standings in the Power IMCA Midwest Modifieds out of Springfield, Missouri. It's going to be the 33 of Anthony Ferreira. Back with us here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway out of Lebanon, Missouri. On the outside, it's going to be the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Row number 2 on the inside from Hartville, Missouri. That's going to be the 15 of Trent Wynn. And on his outside from Springfield, Missouri, that's going to be the 59T of Austin Treadway. On the inside of row number 3, it'll be the 8 of Lebanon, Missouri of Cody Jones. And on his outside, the 7C of Derek Cook out of Lebanon, Missouri. Cody Jones not making the call. We appreciate him, though, for being here and trying. The first time in the car, first time on the track. Hopefully he'll be back with us as the 33 of Anthony Ferreira out front early with the lead. The 15 of Oakley Ragland. Back from vacation here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway. But here comes the other 15 of Trent Wynn. He's on the high side of lap number 1. We're going to the 33 of Anthony Ferreira. Oakley Ragland. Trent Wynn battling there for that second spot. Ragland on the inside. Wynn on the outside. Look at that battle back there for 4th between the 7C of Cook and the 59 of Treadway. But Trent Wynn on the outside makes a pass on Ragland. As the 15 of Wynn, though, trying to hold on to that high side groove right there. As the 15 of Oakley Ragland now on the inside. Not giving up that second spot that easily as the 33 of Anthony Ferreira expanding the lead out front. Here comes the 7C of Derek Cook closing the gap there on the battle for second between the battle of the 15s. 15 of Ragland on the inside, 15 of Wynn on the outside. Wynn now has the advantage going down the front stretch. Oakley Ragland now settles in that third spot. Here comes the 7C of Cook. As Derek Cook goes down the backstretch. Gaining on the 15 of Ragland as this 33 of Anthony Ferreira still out front. As there'll be 2 more laps to go for the 33 of Anthony Ferreira. 7C of Derek Cook moves up to that third spot. Behind the 15 of Wynn, but Oakley Ragland staying right there with Derek Cook. As it's going to be the 33 of Anthony Ferreira. Coming out of turn number 4. He's going to get heat race win number 2. Heat race 2 as it'll be the 15 of Trent Wynn coming on second. The 7C of Derek Cook coming on third. Oakley Ragland coming on fourth. Austin Treadway coming home 5th. Great run there for the 33 of Anthony Ferreira, the 15 of Trent Wynn. Now 2nd spot. Hello, everybody on ShowMeDirt.tv. Thank you for being here. You are being flown by Nathan Warson, the best pilot in the United States of America. For too long, he will be on the Southwest Airlines flying the big planes. Right now, it's time for the final heat race of the night for the Norris Logging POWRi Midwest Modifieds. On the pole for this one, he is currently your track point leader and currently your national point leader out of Springfield, Missouri. That's going to be the 64 of Pete Richardson. On his outside out of Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 4 of Caleb Rhodes. Row number 2 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 5C of Brian Cook. And on his outside from Bolivar, Missouri, in that 14, that's going to be Justin Grindstaff in that 14. Row number 3 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, that's going to be the 25 of Billy Jones. And on the outside, that'll be the 9H of Danny Henrich out of Ava, Missouri. Sean the Grindstaff, our photographer, is probably going to be on that 14. Justin Grindstaff taking lots of pictures. As here we go, lights are off. No start. Lights are off. Want to remind you fans earlier tonight, if you were here, Buck is here. And Buck and Candy and the baby are low on meat in the refrigerator. So keep your eye on some meat that Buck can get tonight as a green flag is in the air. Pete Richardson goes in the turn 1 and 2. Brian Cook racing hard there with the 4 of Caleb Rhodes. Down the backstretch they go. Caleb Rhodes in that 2nd spot. Brian Cook in the 5C. Too much. He goes sideways in the infield. Dukes of Hazzard style. He comes out of turn number 4. And back on the front stretch he goes. We're staying green. 64 Pete Richardson out front. The 4 of Caleb Rhodes in 2nd. And the 25 of Billy Jones in that 3rd place spot. '64 of Pete Richardson, current track point leader out front and current POWRi Midwest Modified national point leader. 4 of Caleb Rhodes having a good run there in that 2nd place spot. As 25 of Billy Jones in 3rd. 25 of Billy Jones in that 3rd spot there. Having a good run there. The 5C of Brian Cook in 4th. The 14 of Justin Grindstaff. Good to see him back behind the racing machine. As it's all the 64 Pete Richardson out front. As there'll be 2 more laps to go. Pete Richardson come out of turn number 4. White flag is in the air one more time around. Pete Richardson making his way down the backstretch, down to turns number 3 and 4 for the final time in heat race number 3. Caleb Rhodes having a good run that 2nd spot. It goes to the 64 Pete Richardson, your heat race winner. The 4 of Caleb Rhodes going on 2nd. The 25 of Billy Jones coming on 3rd. Be the 5C of Brian Cook 4th. And the 14 of Justin Grindstaff coming home 5th. As that will wrap it up for our heat race action there, as that will There'll be 12 heat race wins for the 64 of Pete Richardson in 14 rounds, 12 heat race wins for our national point leader in the Power I Midwest Modifieds, as we got Super Stock going to do a little bit of hot lap action here. All right, so that will bring us to our intermission break here at the Mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway. And, well, look who it is. It's old Buck. Buck is back at it here during the intermission. This is his time to shine. Fans of Buck has been on the hunt for some meat to put in the freezer. As him and Candy are very, very low. And they got to find some meat to feed the baby and themselves. If you guys see anything that Buck can shoot out there, let him know. As Buck, the star from the Missouri Public Hunters on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. You follow him on Missouri Public Hunters, the page there. As once again, he's having his little stare down with Keith Foreman, the flagman. As Buck was going to park it here, we're going to have a conversation here with Buck. As Buck, it looks like he has his hunter orange on. He said the game warden is in a convention far away. Buck, what are you doing out there, buddy?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Buck.
I was racing with these kids.
Oh.
I can only beat kids.
You can only beat kids? Why don't
Yep.
why don't you race with somebody your own size?
Well, I don't have enough money.
You don't have enough money?
It costs a lot to race.
Dude, you just won a scratcher's lottery ticket, $50,000.
Yeah, but I also got a woman, and she took that.
Oh. Well, I thought you took some of that because you were going to buy cameras and hunting gear and all that.
Well, I am. I think if I start making some videos, I can be like an influence. What are you yelling at? Listen, kid, I'm trying to do an interview, okay? What? There's a what? A Sasquatch?
Oh.
Those
Kids.
things aren't. Why are y'all pointing?
Oh no.
They're.
Uh-oh.
What
Buck.
the heck is that? That's a freaking Sasquatch.
That's a Sasquatch, Buck. Uh-oh.
Hey, that fill a freezer up, y'all. Hang on, be real quiet.
Hey,
Hang
Buck, how long of a shot is that? 100 yards?
It's close enough.
Yeah? You think
I'm gonna let one rip.
All right.
All right. Everybody be real quiet, okay?
Everybody be quiet. Here we
Y'all
go.
dang, here we go.
It's not even rifle season. Oh my goodness. Oh,
I got
Buck.
it! I got it! I got it! Let's go!
You got it, Buck.
Let's go! Let's go get him!
My goodness.
That was a heck of a shot! Oh man, I can't believe this.
That was a good shot, Buck.
That was amazing!
Woo-wee. The game warden's not even here.
Shane?
Yeah.
It's big, Shane. It's a big one.
It's a big one?
It's a big one.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna roll him over here and take a look. It's a mature one.
It's a mature one?
I'd say it's at least probably 80 years old.
80 years old?
Hey, Joe, can you help me? Joe, come on, don't be like that. Come here, help me. These things are heavy. There's no race cars, come on.
Hey, Buck.
What?
I got some bad news for you, buddy.
What?
The game warden called.
He did?
Yep, and guess what?
Did he see me on Show Me Dirt?
He saw you on Show Me Dirt, and he has got the Greene County game warden coming down the Cleet County right now, coming after you.
Nope, I gotta go. I gotta go. Come here, Joe, help me. Grab this thing's legs. Come on, guys.
I'm not gonna get in trouble for this.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Just put him on the four-wheeler. It's okay.
Better hurry, Buck.
Are you good? You got a hold? Okay. All right, I gotta go, Shane. I'm going home. I gotta get this thing skinned.
Better hurry, Buck. Oh, man, look at that. That is a mature Sasquatch right there. I can't even say it. Uh-oh. Oh. There goes his little dirt bike game. Wild Hogs. Well, there you have it, folks. Buck is at it again, and he is going to be taking some meat home to Candy. You can follow Buck once again on Missouri Public Hunters on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. All right, here we go. It is time for Super Stock Feature Time here. 15 laps will be your distance for the Ozark Sporting Goods Power Eye Super Stocks. So here we go on the pole for this one. Out of Bolivar, Missouri, going to be the 1D of Daniel Deason. Row number 2 on the outside, or row number 1 on the outside. Currently, your track point leader, that's going to be the 56 of Mark Davis. Your heat race winners in row number 1. Row number 2 on the inside from Niagara, Missouri, that is going to be the 53 of Danny O'Neill on the outside. From Hollister, Missouri, that's going to be the 41 of Mike Planty. Row number 3 on the inside from Stoutland, Missouri, that's going to be the 11 of Derek Brown. And on his outside from West Plains, Missouri, it's going to be the 26 of Donnie Miller. Row number 4 on the inside from Conway, Missouri, that's going to be the 4X of Craig Harris. On his outside from Stoutland, Missouri, that's going to be the 7 of Joshua Lewis. Row number 5 on the inside from Stillwell, Oklahoma, currently runner-up in the national point standings, that's going to be the 164 of Michael Muskrat. And on his outside from Phillipsburg, Missouri, it's going to be the 32 of Jim Button. In row number 6 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, going to be a 32X of Brad Phillips. And on his outside from Fairgrove, Missouri, it's going to be the 820 of Jimmy Thomas. Here we go. 15 laps is your distance. Green flag is in the air for the Ozark Sporting Goods POWRi Super Stock feature. Daniel Deason out front. Your leader, the 56 of Mark Davis in second. 53 of Danny O'Neill in that third spot. The 11 of Derek Brown in fourth. Mike Plenty in the 41 in that top 5 spot. Lap number 1 will go to the 1D of Daniel Deason. Davis in the 56 celebrating a birthday today. He is in that runner-up spot. Here comes Derek Brown on the inside. Derek Brown side by side. It's Derek Brown battling there with the 53 of Danny O'Neill for that third place spot. Great battle behind them between the 41 of Plenty on the inside and the 26 of Miller on the outside. Here comes Davis though, closing in on the 1D of Daniel Deason. Davis on the back bumper of Deason down the front stretch, then go. As it's Deason, Davis, Brown, your top 3. Great battle back there though in the middle of the pack though between the 26 of Donnie Miller and the 41 of Mike Plenty. Deason still holding off the 56 of Mark Davis. Mark Davis, last week's feature winner. Got a heat race win earlier as well as the 1D of Daniel Deason, but the caution comes out for the 32 of Jim Bunton. Jim Bunton bringing out the caution. As the Ozark Sporting Goods POWRi Super Stock feature comes at a slow pace as the Joker Welding caution flag comes out. Ozark Sporting Goods moving to a new location, the old Harley-Davidson building. Ozark Sporting Goods archery and firearms store with the largest inventory in the area. Open 7 days a week. Give them a call at 417-532-4868 or visit them on Facebook. So the 56 and Mark Davis have the choice between the bottom or the top. He chooses that inside lane. Derek Brown will go on the outside. Daniel Deason still your leader. As after the line, lights will be going off. Green flag next time. As we are 4 laps in. 11 more laps to go with Daniel Deason out front. Has not got a feature win this season here. As green flag is in the air. Daniel Deason out front, the 56 of Mark Davis in that second spot. The 11 of Derek Brown in third. Out front, the 1D of Deason, the 56 of Davis in second, the 11 of Derek Brown in that third spot. As caution coming out. As correction, the 1D of Daniel Deason has got 1 win this season. So the 1D of Daniel Deason, already a feature winner this season. As we got debris on the track. This is his second time here to the track. 56 of Mark Davis celebrating a birthday. He's in that runner-up spot. 11 of Derek Brown in that third spot. The track looks like it's going to cleared here. The 56 of Mark Davis will have the choice between the bottom or the top. He will choose the inside lane. The 11 of Derek Brown on the outside as the drone makes his way through the field here. Really good crowd on hand here for a Friday night weekend before school starts here in Lebanon. As getting things ready for the second annual Fall Brawl on September 9th and the 10th. As green flag is in the air. Daniel Deason out front, the 56 of Mark Davis in that second spot. Here comes Brown and Donnie Miller in that 26. Miller on the inside as Davis and Brown on the outside. Miller in that 26 machine, but we got problems in the turn number 3. So we got the 4X, I believe, of Krieger Harris and the 32 of Jim Button. We're going to single him up here. Also, an event coming up in the month of September, what I remind you fans of and those watching online is Midway Speedway presents the Eclipse County Butts, Brews, and Barbecue Cook-Off. Grab a teammate and save the date, September 24th. Registration is already open. Sponsored by Midway Speedway, T's Redneck Steakhouse, and S&H Farm Supply. As they are going to be a new business here in Lebanon, right off of Interstate 44 there on Evergreen Parkway. All the proceeds will benefit Lebanon PD Shop of a Cop. I believe this is being taken place at the Eclipse County Fairgrounds. Mark your calendars there for September 24th for the Butts, Brews, and Barbecue Cook-Off. Appreciate everybody watching on ShowMeDirt.tv. If you haven't been here before, you will want to be here on September 9th and the 10th for the Fall Brawl. Go on our Facebook page if you haven't already and like us on our Facebook page. But there you see it. All the great information so far for the second annual Fall Brawl. All the big money at the bottom. I'm going to thank Thomas Shaw and Show Me Dirt Videos for a $100 hard charger rewarded to each night. We appreciate them, as that is going to be a big event coming up here in a couple of weeks. The lights will be going off. Green flag next time. As Thomas and Nathan down there are getting their area all fixed up for the big weekend. As Nathan has got himself a landing pad now. So he can land his drone on the landing pad there and in the media booth, and the green flag is in the air. 1D of Daniel Deason out front. Your leader of 56 of Mark Davis in second. 53 of Daniel Neal battling there with the 41 of Mike Planty. Great battle back there in the middle of the pack there between the 164 of Michael Muskrat and the 7 of Joshua Lewis. 3 wide there for that battle there for that top 5 spot. Michael Muskrat, runner-up in the national point standings. Looking to be in that top 5 is the 1D of Daniel Deason out front, 56 of Mark Davis in second. Derek Brown on the outside, and the 53 of Danny O'Neill racing hard there. Here comes the 164 of Muskrat, closing in on the 11 of Brown. Great view there on ShowMeDirt.tv. The 1D of Daniel Deason out front. 56 of Mark Davis in second. Great racing back there for that battle for fourth. Derek Brown trying to hold off the 41 of Mike Planty and the 164 of Muskrat. 3 wide in the turn number 4, and out of 4 they go. It's Michael Muskrat having the advantage at the line. Derek Brown right there in the sandwich between the two. Plenty and Brown battling now side by side. Great shot there once again. As the caution comes out, we got a pile up in turn number 2. The 32X. Brad Phillips, the 32, I believe, of Jim Button. As the caution coming out. Three. So we got Buck up here. Buck, did you get that Sasquatch all field dressed up and cut up?
You ain't gonna believe it. Some people over in the pits in the concession stand, they done cut a chunk of tenderloin off and they're frying it up for me right now.
You're gonna have a tenderloin sandwich?
I am, and it don't get no fresher than that. That's the freshest same squatch in Missouri, I promise you.
Well, hey, you want to be here in a couple of weeks for the fall brawl? We're going to have a bonfire at the end of the races.
Let me tell you, we talked to Spectrum Designs, and they told us they'll have all of our merch ready for that weekend. We're going to have candy. We'll be in the merch booth. We're going to sell our merch. We're going to take pictures, and we'll be at the bonfire hanging out with everybody.
Are you going to hook up the trailer and bring it here? Is that going to be your merchandise trailer?
Well, it ain't got no wheels, Shane. It ain't that fancy.
Okay, all right. Here we go. Coming to the line. Lights will be going off as Buck has said it on the fall brawl weekend. He's going to have all the merchandise here. So Daniel Deason, still your leader, the 56 of Mark Davis, birthday man, on the inside of row number 2. On the outside, it's going to be the 53 of Danny O'Neill. As lights are off, looking for the green flag this time. Get ready to go back racing here. Green flag is in the air. Daniel Deason out front, the 56 of Mark Davis in second. Muskrat and Brown racing hard side by side there. Great race in the middle of the pack. Oh, the 53 of Danny O'Neill. Fishtail got loose. Here comes Muskrat and Brown. 3 wide for that battle for that third spot. Danny O'Neill, though, carrying that momentum back up. Catching up the speed as he's holding on to that third place spot. As it's Daniel Deason out front, the 56 of Mark Davis in second. Mark Davis trying to repeat and get a win on his birthday. But Daniel Deason is out front. Davis is running out of time. Lewis is at a slow pace down the front stretch. Will he make it off the track? He's not going to. Caution is coming out. So the 7, the Wild Child of Joshua Lewis, bringing out the Joker Welding caution. Right now, it looks like 3 laps remain. With Daniel Deason, your leader. Mark Davis in second. The 53 of Danny O'Neill in third. Anybody's race right now. As Mark Davis trying to celebrate the weekend down there as Buck is down there interacting with his fans and the kids down there. Also tonight, if you love the racing action and want to take a piece of it home, Later on this week, contact Sean, the Grindstaff, our track photographer. She does an outstanding job here at the Mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway, taking pictures of all the racing action. And she is down there and get ready for one of these drivers to go down there to Victory Lane to get a picture and claim one of those checks down there. As we had oil put down on the track, we're going to roll it in here. As Daniel Deason pretty much controlled this whole race. The 56, Mark Davis, running out of time. Final opportunity here to make something happen. The 53, Danny O'Neill's been running good tonight, as well as the 11 of Derek Brown. At the line, lights be going off. Green flag next time. Here we go. Daniel Deason will lead him in turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Daniel Deason out front, 56 of Davis in that second spot. 53 of Danny O'Neill in third. Daniel Deason will go into turn number 3 and 4. Out of 4. There'll be 2 more laps to go. 56 of Mark Davis getting ready to have some company as the 32 of Jim Button slides into turn number 1. And the caution will come out for the 32 of Jim Button. So Jim Button, that is 2 cautions by himself. He will take it into the pit area, but we appreciate Jim being here, though. So here we go. Daniel Deason, still your leader, 56 of Mark Davis in second. Danny O'Neill in third. Single file restart. Lights are off. Who will get a win tonight for round number 14 for the chase for the championship? Green flag is in the air. Daniel Deason out front, your leader, the 56, and Mark Davis in second. Down the backstretch in the turns 3 and 4 they go. Out of the 4, it's going to be the white flag one more time around. Derek Brown in the 11 jumps up to that third place spot. Here comes Michael Muskrat on the inside. Contact made, hard contact. Michael Muskrat is going to continue on. Worse than green as the checker flag is in the air for the 1D of Daniel Deason. The 56 of Mark Davis coming home second. The 11 of Derek Brown coming home third. As Keith Foreman just flew the checkered flag, and he has some company up there, and it looks like Buck might be getting a new job, as Keith Foreman offered Buck the green flag. As being told, this is the first time this car has been started in 3 months. Haven't seen a track in 3 months. As the 1D of Daniel Deason will make his way to the Remax Next Generation Victory Lane. And kids, be very careful. Fans, please try not to run across the track when cars are coming on the track. All right, so Daniel Deason will make his way to Victory Lane. So we get ready now for the Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stocks So on the pole for this one, that's going to be the 42T of Trevor Ellingson. On the outside, it's going to be the 5 of Justin McDowell. Row number 2 on the inside will be Tuscumbia, Missouri's 26 of Peyton McDowell. On the outside will be the 17 of Austin Wilson. Row number 3 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, it's going to be the 9 of Mike Piercy. On the outside will be the 12 of Craig Dykstra out of Marshville, Missouri. Row number 4 on the inside from St. Martin's, Missouri will be the N42 of Chad Nevens. On the outside will be the 6 of Corey Henson out of Long Wayne, Missouri. Row number 5 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri is going to be 8K of Tyler Knutson. On his outside will be the 1K of Brandon Knutson. Row number 6 on the inside will be the 21 of Carson Groninger out of Urbana, Missouri. On the outside will be the 40 of Alcoa Harris. And row number 7 on the inside from Conway, Missouri will be the 42H of Levi Harris. And it'll be the 14 of Jonathan Finley out of Falcon, Missouri. And we're going to red flag him here. Are you going to wave the flag, Buck? You know what you're doing? Okay. All right. Well, hey, first time. You can do it. So, Daniel Deason, for first time this car's been out on the track in 3 months and gets a win, and he wants to celebrate big down there in the Remax Next Generation Victory Lane. So Daniel Deason down there, Ozark Sporting Goods Power Eye Super Stock feature winner. As after this, we'll see if Keith Foreman might lose his job, the Buck, because we'll see if Buck can fly that flag better than Keith. Is that a BB gun? Was that inflatables? Hey, Buck, if you're in the flag stand, you got to watch the track. You can't watch the fans, okay? If you want to interact with the fans, you got to go down there in the grandstand area, okay? The drivers pay attention to you, okay? Yeah, to you. You're in charge. Yeah, there you go. You are the flagman warden. You know, that is black. You know what that's for? No, you're black flagging me? All right. Oh, Ronnie? Oh, okay. So, throw the green flag right up here and be race director, too. All right. Buck, the only difference is you don't have a beard like Keith does. No, you don't, buddy. You might think you do. All right, so we're going to roll him here for the Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stock feature. All right, one to go, Buck. Put up one finger. Here we go, second feature of the night. Whereas we got a new point leader, the 8K of Tyler Knutson, going into tonight, 15 points in front of the 5 of Justin McDowell. All right, here we go. Buck has their green flag, lights are off. Buck, do your dance. Do the dance like Keith Foreman does. Do the boogie. Come on, Buck. Dance, buddy. This is pure stock feature time. Green flag is in the air as Buck throws the green flag. The 4 of 42 of Trevor Ellington out front. The 26 of Peyton McDowell in second. Great job, Buck. Oh, Peyton McDowell going sideways. Mike Piercy barely escaped from that one. The 26 of Peyton McDowell all by himself. Watch it here on the instant replay. As Peyton McDowell goes around sideways there. And the caution is coming out. He's got a good points battle going on in the pure stocks. Corey Henson sitting in third place in the point standings, 79 points out from first place. Justin McDowell, car on the outside of row number 1. He's sitting second in the point standings. He was our track point leader, but the 8K of Tyler Knudsen has had some really good runs here this season. 7 wins, 10 top 5s, and 11 top 10s for Tyler. Tyler right now currently sitting third in the national point standings as well. Justin McDowell, 5th in the national point standings. So 2 of the top 5 in the national point standings here with us tonight as we are getting the green flag. And we're back underway with racing action. The 42 of Trevor Ellington out front. Mike Piercy in the 9 on the inside of the 5 of Justin McDowell. Side by side down the backstretch they go. 3 wide down that backstretch into turns 3 and 4 for the battle for 5th. As it is Trevor Ellington out front in that 42 machine. The 9 of Mike Piercy in second. Here comes the 17 of Austin Wilson. And here comes the 8K of Tyler Knudsen as Ellington all out front by himself. 2 wide battle, 4 cars battling there for 1 spot. As Mike Piercy holding off Wilson, McDowell, and Knudsen. Here comes Brandon Knudsen to the 1K and the 12 of Greg Dykstra. We got problems in the middle of 1 and 2. We're staying green. Uh-oh. As the caution will come out for the 21 of Carson Groniger. So the caution was for the 21 of Carson Groniger. So the 42 of T of Trevor Ellington is your leader. As the 9 of Mike Piercy and the 12 will get their spots back there as the caution was for the 21. And there is a great shot on ShowMeDirt.tv of the field of pure stocks here tonight. As you're right there with them. So we're going to single file it right now. As it should be the 42 of Trevor Ellington. The 9 of Mike Piercy, the 5 of Justin McDowell, but the 9 of Mike Piercy will have the choice between the bottom or the top. He will choose that inside lane. The 5 of Justin McDowell will go on the outside. There'll be the 17 of Austin Wilson on the inside of row number 3. On his outside, it's going to be 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Race fans, Oakley Ragland giving free autographs down below the flag stand. Free autographs from Oakley. As green flag is in the air. The 42 of Trevor Ellington out front after that crazy race start there. Side by side battle for second though between Piercy and McDowell. And Piercy having the advantage as we got great racing in the middle of the pack all through the field here tonight. Tyler Knudsen looking to make a run on the outside of Justin McDowell, almost 3 wide off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch they go. Trevor Ellington in that 42 machine had an interview with Buck a couple weeks ago. He told Buck how that car is fast and what he does to it. The night of Mike Piercy, though, good to have him back with us this season. Here comes, though, your point leader at 8K of Tyler Knudsen on the inside of Piercy. Knudsen, oh, almost, as Piercy went around by himself. And caution on the speedway as the night of Piercy went around by himself. So here we go, the 42, Trevor Ellington is still your leader. Lights are off, going to go back racing this time. 4 laps in. As green flag is back in the air, we're back underway with racing action. Trevor Ellington out front. The 5 of Justin McDowell battling with the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. The 17 of Austin Wilson in that 4th spot. The 42 of Trevor Ellington out front. Side by side battle for that 2nd spot. McDowell and Knudsen side by side. Down the front stretch they go. Austin Wilson having a good run in that 17 machine. Down the back stretch now, Trevor Ellington in the 42, the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. In 2nd, the 5 of Justin McDowell in that 3rd spot. As it's Ellington, Knudsen, McDowell, Wilson, and Knudsen, your top 5. 21 there, Carson Goniger pulls it in the infield. We're staying green. As we are halfway through. As it's still Ellington out front, 8 laps in. As here comes Knudsen. Making a run there behind your leader, the 42 of Ellington. They go into turns 3 and 4. Great battle back there for that top 5 spot between the 12 of Greg Dykstra and the 1K of Brandon Knudsen. As your top 5, 2 cars each battling there for each spot. Battle for 1st, the battle for 3rd, and the battle for 5th. As the 42 of Trevor Ellington trying to hold off the point leader, the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Tyler Knudsen swinging it high and wide in turns 1 and 2, trying to carry that momentum here. What he's trying to do is get high and wide and start down the track here. He's right on the back bumper of Ellington. The 5 of Justin McDowell trying to hold off the 17 of Austin Wilson. Here comes Knudsen on the inside. Ellington holding off Knudsen. We're running out of time, getting close here to the finish as the 42 of Ellington trying to hold off the point leader. Trevor Ellington in that 42 machine. Trying to get a win tonight. As the 8K of Tyler Knudsen on the inside of Ellington. Ellington and Knudsen making contact there. That is tough, hard racing right there. Nathan Morrison right there with the leaders and with the drone. Kyle Knutson runs up with Ellington. They make contact. They're stuck together. Here comes Justin McDowell. He stops. Here comes Austin Wilson. Caution is out. Woo! We'll watch you here on the instant replay. Racing hard here for the lead. Knutson and Ellington make contact. They stick together. They try to keep going. Justin McDowell, he has to stop because the leaders are stuck together, and Austin Wilson almost about took the lead. So the Joker Welding caution coming out after that crazy run there. Good tight racing up front for the Macadoodles POWRi Pure Stocks. Macadoodles located at 6050 Crossing Drive in Osage Beach, Missouri. Macadoodles about serving you, the customer, from their world-class wine selections to great prices on beer, expert guides, and friendly service. There's no place quite like it. Like them on the Facebook. Give them a call at 573-480-0039. And they will need a hook. And that ain't a surprise there. So this will change things up in the point standings if Tyler can't continue on. As we're needing a hook here on the two cars. It was a great tight racing there on that last run there between our top five. As the 8K and Trevor Ellington was battling there for the lead, and then Justin McDowell and Austin Wilson was battling there for that third spot. And Brandon Knutson battling there with 12 with Greg Dykstra there for that fifth spot. But we are going to need a hook between Tyler and Trevor. So Justin McDowell, the lucky one, and Austin Wilson, lucky one as well. All right, here we go. Lights are going off. Looking to go back racing this time. Green flag is in the air. Justin McDowell out front. The 17 of Austin Wilson in second. Brandon Knutson and Greg Dykstra battling there for that third spot, side by side. As the white flag is in the air one more time around, Austin Wilson right there on the back bumper to the 5 of Justin McDowell. Here we go. Justin McDowell shoots up the track. Here comes the 17 of Austin Wilson in the turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Justin McDowell trying to hold off the 17 of Austin Wilson. It's going to the 5 of Justin McDowell, your winner. The 17 of Austin Wilson second. The 12 of Greg Dykstra going on third. The 1K of Brandon Knutson fourth. And the 6 of Corey Henson coming home fifth. So Justin McDowell, after a week getting his points lead taken away, gets back to the Remax Next Generation victory lane. I believe this will be his first feature win of the season for him. So couldn't ask for a better time to get a feature win. As we get ready now to move on to The Spectrum Design late models as Justin McDowell celebrates down there in the Remax Next Generation victory lane. As here we go on the pole for this one will be the 4A of Dustin Atkinson. On the outside will be the 14 of Dustin Walker. Row number 2 on the inside will be the 221 of Jerry Brown. On the outside will be the 13 of Sean Whitman. In row number 3, that'll be the 52 of Stephen Price. As Justin McDowell getting out of the car there, your Pure Stock feature winner. So that will make the points bet on the Pure Stocks very close and very tight. As here we go, lights are going off. Green flag will fly this time. Green flag is in the air. Dustin Atkinson, Dustin Walker will lead them into turns 1 and 2. Atkinson has the advantage coming out 2 down the backstretch. Justin Walker in the 14W in that second spot. Whitman in the 13 and the 221 of Brown battling there side by side. But here comes Brown on the inside of Walker. Brown now on the inside of Walker battling there for that second spot. As Dustin Atkinson is out front, your leader. Jerry Brown in the 221 on the inside, Walker on the outside. As Dustin Atkinson in the 4A out front, the 221 of Jerry Brown in second, the 14, Dustin Walker in third. Walker shoots up the track here on the outside. Down the front stretch they go. And it's still Atkinson up front, Jerry Brown in second. Walker in that third spot, 13 of Sean Whitman coming on strong behind Walker. Walker trying to go on the outside there, make a run there on the 221 of Brown. Walker on the outside of Brown now, they're side by side. Brown has the advantage coming out 2. You're seeing it live in action on ShowMeDirt.tv with the greatest view here tonight. As you're racing right there with them. On your phone or your laptop or your TV, wherever you're watching it from, as we've had people watching from Oklahoma tonight. We appreciate you guys watching as the 4A of Dustin Atkinson is out front. The 221 of Jerry Brown still in that second spot with Walker right on the back bumper. He slides up the track. Here comes the 13 of Sean Whitman on the inside. They're side by side. Walker and Whitman battling there behind the 221 of Jerry Brown, but Dustin Atkinson making his way down the backstretch, extending his lead. 6 wins so far this season for the 4A of Dustin Atkinson. Down the front stretch he goes, Jerry Brown in the 221. In second, the 14 of Dustin Walker in third. Right now, single file pretty much all the way around the body. Lebanon Midway Speedway with Atkinson out front. Jerry Brown in the 221 in second. The 14 of Dustin Walker in third. Dustin Atkinson still out front. His own zip code on a Friday night in the 4A. The 221 of Brown in second. Dustin Walker seems like he's gaining on Brown, but Brown has been keeping a steady space between him and Walker. As Atkinson comes down the front stretch here. 2 more laps to go. Walker closing the gap though on the 221 of Brown. The battle for second heating up here late as Atkinson will come out turn number 4. White flag is in the air one more time around for Atkinson. Atkinson getting ready to make it 7 wins so far this season for him. The 221 of Jerry Brown in second. The 14 of Dustin Walker in that third spot here. As Dustin Atkinson gets the win, Jerry Brown coming home second, Dustin Walker coming home third, Sean Whitman fourth, and Stephen Price coming home fifth. Dustin Atkinson out of Lebanon, Missouri, currently your track point leader, extending his lead in the point standings. So he gets his 7th win of the season, 13 top 5s and 13 top 10s, and 14 rounds of racing for the late models. As we get ready, as Atkinson will celebrate down there in the Remax Next Generation Victory Lane. Getting out of the car, Dustin Atkinson, your Spectrum Design late model feature winner. All right, it's now time for the J2 Cars USRA B Mod feature. On the pole for this one, currently your track point leader and currently second in the national point standings and the USRA point standings. Out of Lebanon, Missouri, it's going to be a 65 of Chris Jackson. On his outside from Marshville, Missouri, it's going to be the 9 of Sam Petty. Row number 2 on the inside will be 18H of Trent Harrison. On his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, going to have this driver with us. It's the 51 of Brian Shute. Row number 3 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, it's going to be the 6 of Jay Flynn, currently second in the track point standings. On his outside, it'll be Lebanon, Missouri's 16M of Brian Myers. In row number 4 on the inside from Jefferson City, Missouri, it'll be the 71C of Cody Crabtree. And on the outside from Lynchburg, Missouri, it's going to be a 15H of Jeremy Hazel. 15 laps is your distance. For the J2 Cars USRA B-Mod feature. And so far this season, it's pretty much been the Chris Jackson show. With 8 wins in 14 races, 5 top 10s and 10 top 5s and 10 top 10s. And he's taken a couple of weeks off here and there. Here we go, lights are off. Chris Jackson on the pole, Sam Petty on the outside. Green flag is in the air. Chris Jackson out front, Sam Petty in the second car. Second spot is 51 of Brian Shute, battling there with the 18, the Trent Harrison. Jackson will come out of 4, lead him down the front stretch as the 9 of Sam Petty still in second, 51 of Brian Shute in third, 18 of Trent Harrison in fourth. Brian Myers in that top 5 spot. Great battle behind them, though, between the 71 of Cody Crabtree in the 6 of Jay Flynn. But looking to battle for a second now between Petty and Shoot. Shoot on the outside of Petty. They're side by side. They go in the turns 1 and 2. Sam Petty out of Marshfield, Missouri. Brian Shoot on the outside from Lebanon, Missouri. Chris Jackson on a Friday night cruise in his own zip code out front. As Sam Petty in the 9, still holding on the inside at 51 to Shoot. As Nathan Warson right there with the 65 of Jackson. Great view on ShowMeDirt.tv. The drone driven by Nathan Warson, Warson Photography. As the caution comes out for the 71C, Cody Crabtree, and the 6 of Jay Flynn. As the Joker welding caution comes out, J2 Cars, the sponsor of the B-Mons, located on 1518 West Elm, Lebanon, Missouri. J2 Cars is a one-stop shop for all your racing needs. Like them on Facebook. Give them a call at 417-991-2556. Here we go. Lines are off. Jackson, your leader. Brian Shoot, Sam Petty, row number 2. Green flag is in the air. Chris Jackson out front, the 51 of Brian Shoot in that second spot. Here comes the 18. Trent Harrison battling there with the 9 of Sam Petty. Jay Flynn right there as well. We got a car going sideways. 16 in with Brian Myers. Going all the way around. Caution is coming back out. So the 71 at Cody Crabtree getting the push there from the push truck. right, here we go. Lights are going off. Green flag next time. The 18 of Trent Harrison on the inside of row number 2. 51 of Brian Shute on the outside. Green flag is in the air. Chris Jackson out front, Trent Harrison on the inside there. The other 51 of Brian Shute. Here comes the 6 of Jay Flynn. Jay Flynn coming on strong here late. He shoots up the track here as it's Jackson out front. Brian Shute in the second. Jay Flynn, Sam Petty battling there hard. Here comes 16M of Brian Myers racing hard there in the middle of the pack. Here comes Jeremy Hazel. He's on the inside now as Sam Petty. Great race in the middle of the pack. Watch it on ShowMeDirt.tv. See it live. Chris Jackson out front. Harrison and Shute battling there side by side for second. 2 races in 2 different places. You're catching it all on ShowMeDirt.tv with a 2-shot view. As Trent Harrison has the advantage going down the front stretch. Brian Shute, the 51, in that 3rd spot. The 16M of Brian Myers in 4th. As it is all Chris Jackson out front. Trent Harrison, the 18, in 2nd. The 51 of Brian Shute in 3rd. Jackson out front, 18 of Trent Harrison in 2nd, and 51 of Brian Shute in that 3rd spot. Jackson with a big lead out front. Trent Harrison in the 18 in 2nd. Jackson goes into turns 3 and 4, almost into the cockpit there. As the 65 of Jackson gets 2 more laps to go. The fans watching on ShowMeDirt.tv almost got a inside the cockpit view, almost. Nathan's going to get there one of these nights. He's going to fly right through the car as the white flag is in the air for the 65 of Jackson. Jackson going to turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to get his 9th feature win of the season. Checker flag in the air for Jackson. 18 of Trent Harrison, 2nd, to 51 of Brian Shute coming home 3rd. So Chris Jackson will park it in victory lane. Getting his 9th win of the season, 11 top 5s and 11 top 10s. The J2 cars, USRA B mods. So we get ready for the Norris Logging Tower Eye Midwest Modified feature. This is how they will line up. On the pole for this one. Out of Lebanon, Missouri, going to be 18T of Tony Wright. His outside currently 4th in the national point standings. That's going to be the 33 of Anthony Ferreira out of Springfield, Missouri. Row number 2 on the inside, currently your track point leader and national point leader. That's the 64 of Pete Richardson out of Springfield, Missouri. And on his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, going to be a 32 of Joe Francis. Row number 3 on the inside from Hartville, Missouri. Going to be a 15 of Trent Wynn on his outside. The 7C of Derek Cook. Row number 4 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri. Going to be a 4 of Caleb Rhodes on his outside. The 5H of Austin Huntley. And row number 5 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri. Going to be the 25 of Billy Jones on the outside. The 05 of Cheyenne Bauman. And row number 6 on the inside from Lebanon, Missouri, going to be the 15R of Oakley Ragland. And on his outside from Lebanon, Missouri, going to be the 5C of Brian Cook. Row number 7 on the inside will be the Lebanon, Missouri, the 48 of Zach Cheevers. On the outside will be the 59T of Austin Treadway out of Springfield, Missouri. Row number 8 on the inside will be Ball vs. Missouri's Justin Grindstaff, the 14. 4C Braden Goniger, Jimmy Burris, Cody Jones, and Danny Hendricks. All racing tonight. Big field of Midwest Modifieds, no start. No start, door to door starts. So back to original start, the 18 of Tony Wright and the 33 of Anthony Ferreira on the front row. Lights are off, we're looking to go racing this time. Here we go. Lights are off. Green flag is in the air. Anthony Ferreira looking on the outside of Tony Wright. Pete Richardson right there as well. We go to turns 3 and 4. Out of 4 down the front stretch they go. As we got problems in turn number 4. As looks like we got the 14 of Justin Grindstaff, the 15 of Oakley Ragland, and the 25 of Billy Jones bringing out the caution. Here we go, lights are off. Tony Wright will lead him into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air. Tony Wright out front, Anthony Ferreira, Pete Richardson. As Anthony Ferreira, we got trouble. As Anthony Ferreira got sideways there, everybody else piled up behind him. Watch it here on the instant replay. As you can see, Tony Wright out front. Keep your eye on the 33 of Ferreira. And all the way around. And everybody else trying to avoid as they can continue. There's a big pile up there in turn number 2. All right, cars getting lined back up here. No laps completed as Tony Wright, Pete Richardson will be on the front row. Trent Wynn, Derek Cook, row number 2. Brian Cook, Cheyenne Bauman, row number 3. Here we go. Lights will be going off. We'll see if we get some green flag racing this time. Tony Wright, Pete Richardson will lead him into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air. Pete Richardson on the inside of the Tony Wright. Down the front stretch they go. Side by side. They go into turn 3 and 4. And caution coming out. So one lap completed at 64. Pete Richardson is your leader at 18, and Tony Wright in second. To 15, and Trent Wynn in third. Bumper to bumper, lights are going off. Green flag this time. Here you go, Richardson will lead him in turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Pete Richardson out front, Tony Wright in second, 15 of Trent winning out third spot, the 7C of Derek Cook in fourth. Brian Cook in the 5C in that fifth spot as the caution comes out for the 5H of Austin Huntley. Lineup is good, lights are going off. Green flag is in the air. Pete Richardson out front. Tony Wright in 18 and second, 15 of Trent Wynn looking on the outside there, flying high and wide in turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch they go. It's Richardson out front still. Tony Wright in 18 and second, Trent Wynn in 15. On the outside, battling with the 7C of Derek Cook. In the turns 3 and 4 they go. As it's still Richardson out front. That battle there for third between Cook and Wynn is a good one. Get a view right there. Show me their .tv of that battle there for third as Wynn is on the outside, Derek Cook is on the inside. Brian Cook in that fifth spot. Great racing in the middle of the pack back there. As Richardson is out front. 64 machine expanded his lead. 15 of Trent Wynn is still flying high on the high side. .48 of Zach Cheery's at a slow pace. .64, Pete Richardson still out front. Big lead, the 18 of Tony Wright in second. 15 of Trent Wynn in third. 17 of Derek Cook in fourth. Pete Richardson, currently your track point leader, national point leader, out front in that 64 machine. Here comes Trent Wynn on the inside of the 18 of Tony Wright. They're battling there for that second spot. In the turns 3 and 4 they go. Wright trying to hold off the 15 of Wynn down the front stretch, and now in the turns 1 and 2 they go. Wright going down the bottom, Trent Wynn on the bottom as well. Wynn trying to show the nose on the inside of Wright. Richardson still out front with the big lead. As Wright still holding off the 15 of Wynn. Window driving in hard and deep in turns 1 and 2. As Richardson will have 2 more laps to go. Richardson down the backstretch, down to turns 3 and 4. Out of 4, white flag is in the air one more time around. Pete Richardson looking to make it 6 wins, 13 top 5s, and 14 top 10s as Pete Richardson will get the win. We'll look at the battle there for second. Trent Wynn trying to fly it high and wide, but 18 of Tony Wright comes home second. Trent Wynn third, and 7C of Derek Cook fourth, and the 5C of Brian Cook coming home fifth. As the 64 of Pete Richardson will take it to the Remax Next Generation victory lane. Big win for him. I see he will expand his points lead in the track point standings. As he will make his way to victory lane. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight for round number 14 for the chase for the championship. Don't forget, we'll be right back here next Friday night with the stock cars and the tuners. As Richardson will park it down there in the Remax Next Generation victory lane for him. And getting out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, your Norris Logging Power Midwest Modified feature winner, the 64, Pete Richardson. Congratulations to Pete Richardson on behalf of everybody here at the Lebanon Midway Speedway. We appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Kids, have a great start to the school year on Monday. And we will see you guys next Friday night right here at the Lebanon Midway Speedway. Have a great rest of your evening. Drive home safely and have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday night right here at the Lebanon Midway Speedway, live in person or online at showmedirt.tv. Have a good night.